Okay. Now I need to check something. On Restream. Okay. Let's fix that. I mean, what is the point of having it announce them streaming, but it's not going to actually give a URL? I mean, it's just dumb. Let's see. Scrivener 3. Oh, sweet. Where in the hell's bells? Here we go. Twitch.tv/ There we go. Boy, this rain is really coming down. Interesting. Okay. Well, I fixed the. I fixed that issue. Oh, I hear the heat coming up. I hear the heat. Heat going out in the stove. Oh, I don't have... Where's the thing so I can just download Dropbox? Here we go, desktop app. Keep ringing. Oh, sweet. Okay. Now, what is my email and password? I didn't think so. Let's try this. No. Let's try that. Happy holiday. Happy holiday to you. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, sign out of this one. Okay. So, boom. I don't know if my thing is working. Ha! I got my Twitch chat to pop out. Okay, so that is working. It's in documents. Okay. Oh, hey, Silent Willow. Sorry, I was looking at preset settings things. I did, yeah. We just had to repackage it. It got soaked, so we took everything out. I'm having like UPS come pick up something. It's just more convenient based on where we live to just have things picked up rather than taking them to uh, a place to have them mailed. So, but it's raining today, snowing. I mean, we've got nothing but rain and snow all week. Oh, my weather app won't even open. Seriously? There we go. Yeah, today's Monday. Rain today, rain tomorrow, snow Wednesday, snow Friday, and then snow all Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's we've got 5 days of snow coming in the next 7 days. That should be fun. Which means we're gonna have a wintry Christmas, which is gonna be really nice because we have not had a wintry Christmas in a while. But I made some changes and improvements to my site, which I'm very excited about. Can I? Oh, sorry. Can I move this over? Like that. Why is this not letting me? There we go. So I changed this image, Friday Fiction, like I had wanted to. I wanted to do something that wasn't as crazy. I also added this new feature. So if someone doesn't want to do Patreon, but they want to support me like with particular stories and not just become a patron and pay $2 a month, which, in hindsight, that isn't too much, $2 a month, but some people might not want to do that. So what they could do is now, let's say they wanted to get this story like Happy Last Day. It's free to read, right? But if you wanted to show your support, you can now click this button and give me 99 cents for this story. But you could still read it this way, but let's say you wanted to read it as like an ebook. If you give me 99 cents, you can get both the Mobi and the EPUB file. So you'll get both files. And so when you click that button, this thing comes up and you will basically just be charged 99 cents. You can use PayPal and you will get, as it says here, the EPUB and Mobi files for this story. Otherwise, you can just read it right here, on any digital device you have. But so I'm doing this for um, mostly all of my stories, not anything that I write that's brand new, because I'm going to be, I think I told you, I'm going to be submitting stories to publications, magazines predominantly. And so because of that, there are certain rules about how and where the story that you submit to a publication to be possibly published is where it's able to be read outside of the place where it's going to be published. So because of that, I can't let anyone read it. I can, however, put it for my patrons. So any story that I plan on submitting to publications will be here, but it just won't be readable. It will only be only my patrons will be able to read that story. And I think I'm able or allowed to do that. I will obviously check into it a bit more, but I think as long as it's not like free to read by everyone, at least until the like publication, if they choose to publish my story, um, accept it and then publish it themselves. After that, then what I can do is I can put the story up on my site free for everyone to read, and then I can link back to the publication to say, this is where it originally has been published, etc. Um, that's kind of like the rule of thumb with that. So these three stories here, Mira, The Eternal View, and then Hanover Massacre. Of these four, two of them I am going to submit to different publications, which is Mira and The Eternal View. And I was working on that earlier. Why is this open here? I don't want to see it here. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so I actually did the outline, or I re-outlined Frisco at the Gate because I had that one in my mind. It's a feel-good story, so I don't think I'm gonna submit it anywhere or anything like that. But for this one, The Eternal View, I definitely, it's very Hitchcock-esque, so I'm excited to be able to submit that somewhere. And actually, I can take this and move this over slightly like that. It should be kind of off screen, but not really. Let's just take this and move it over like that. Okay. I'm trying something new where I'm just showing my entire second monitor as opposed to showing a specific window that I have open, because it makes it easier for me to just, windows I don't want you to see, I'll have my laptop screen, and then windows, I don't care if you see them, I can just drag them over and I don't have to continuously have multiple things viewable and unviewable, resize and all that crap. Okay. Yeah, I never did it that way because I never had a two monitor setup, but eventually I will have a three monitor setup, but it'll be a bit different because I'm hoping to get a Mac Mini, so that way my laptop will be what I have and use anywhere that I want because it's mobile. But then I'll have a Mac Mini and I'll have two actual monitors side by side with like the arm and all that stuff. And then the Mac Mini will be the power source. Um, in the meantime, I'll probably use my other MacBook Pro that I have that just kind of is my reserve MacBook. If ever anything happens to my main one, I always have like this reserve MacBook Pro, which is still like perfectly usable, not even, 10 years old. So, uh, I would just have to get one of those fancy like stands that it'll be closed, but I can still use it as an operating system. And then I'm going to be decorating my office soon. Unfortunately, I have a armoire uh, not put together yet in the middle of my office, so I have to put that together. It's like 180 pounds, and I've had it here for like 2 weeks now, but I've been sick. So because I've been sick, and without any energy, since I've been getting better, I haven't been able to really put it together, but I'm hoping this weekend I'll have enough energy and whatnot to put that thing together and figure it out. My desk is going to be moved. I decided I'm going to move it to this other wall, and then this wall here I'm going to measure and put possibly two, possibly three bookcases along this wall in the interim before I can have my full-on library. So I'm looking at how I'm going to set things up. I can see where I might mount a TV. I'm actually going to have a TV in here and a love seat in here so that I can work when I'm working, and then if I want to like watch TV or something, I can stretch out on my love seat and watch TV. And then I think this wall here is probably where I'm going to put my armoire. Unfortunately, we don't have much closet space in this house. As big as this house is, with 5 bedrooms, um, and like extra rooms and stuff like that, closet space is almost non-existent. So, because of that, that's why I had to get the armoire. But not only is it non-existent, there isn't any place I can put this armoire in our master bedroom. Because we still have furniture in there that we're going to be throwing out and replacing with like a 7 or 8 piece set type of thing. Um, Unfortunately, we can't. And the reason is like there's 3 bedrooms on this side of the house, and then on what we call the west wing, there are 2 bedrooms in the west wing, which right now are going to serve as guest bedrooms. My library is supposed to be the bedroom that's next door. However, um, my wife and I are working on getting pregnant and or becoming foster parents, and because of that, what would have been my library is now going to have to be the bedroom for either a baby or a foster child if they're slightly older, because that room will be close. There's no way we're going to put, a child in the west wing because they would be too far. They have to be on the side of the house where our master bedroom is. So because of that, I had to forego my library. However, um, the future, meaning like 5 to 10 years out from now, I will be creating a sort of a she shed, which will be an office space that will be like a library slash office thing. I have to look at zoning and things like that, and if I can make it 2 stories or not, and what the rule of thumb is for that. but our backyard is so huge. Like, we could literally build like 6 houses, 6 full-size 2-story, 3-story houses in our backyard and give each house their own like backyard. Like, that's how big our backyard is. So from my standpoint, I'm looking at it and I'm saying I mean, the only downside to that would be I'd have to leave the house and like depending on where I built this thing, I would have to walk to it, right? And I'm in a town where there are 4 seasons. I mean, we are going to get like feet of snow in the next month or two, so it's possible that when I build this thing, will I be able to trek out there in like boots and a big thing, and will I want to go out there to where I would essentially be moving my office? I don't know. There is also the possibility that our garage has a second floor and it also has like a side room to it where I've already like decided I'm going to take ownership of that, and we are going to convert the garage into like not a man cave, but like it's not going to be housing our car, so we're going to convert it into a room with like a pool table, a long couch, like 80-inch TV, bar, like that sort of thing, and then just off of that would be this room where I can turn it into whatever I want. I was going to make it into a Lego room, but I can do any number of things, and then above that there's this whole area which is also open. We would just need to reconfigure an actual staircase that goes up to it as opposed to what it is now, which is kind of like a pull down ladder situation, which no, not doing that. And then there's our attic. Our attic is and could technically be a bonus room, because again, we can go up there and we can stand straight up tall and reach our hands up and not touch the ceiling. We would just have to finish it. So there's that area, but the only issue with that is the only way to get up to the attic is through the closet in our master bedroom. Yes, in the closet of our master bedroom is the staircase, what I call the creepy staircase that goes up into the attic. Don't like it, hate it. My wife uses that closet because I refuse. It could potentially be a walk-in closet if not for that staircase being there, but I predict the staircase is there because that also happens to be where the staircase is to come up to the second floor. So that's why, so there's no way we could remove that staircase and flatten it in order to make a walk-in closet behind our headboard on her side and my side, because we would be cutting off the tilt that we would need for the stairs on the ground floor to come up to the second floor. So there's this whole thing. And we also have 2 staircases that go up to the second floor because we have 2 sides of the house. Like I was saying, we have the east wing and the west wing. So it's like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. That unfortunately we don't have millions of dollars to hire a contractor to come in and rip it all down and put it all back together yet. But we have at least 30 years to get that together. It is a pretty big property. What we're looking at doing, the biggest thing we're looking at doing for next year in the spring is privacy fencing, because we really can't just let the dogs loose. In fact, look at what I can show you. This was like maybe a week and a half ago that I have to actually finish this newsletter anyway, so let me open it up just to remind myself that I need to do this newsletter that's supposed to go out tomorrow. And I have not done it. Oh my god. Alright, send the verification code. Be quick about it. Okay, so I'm putting a picture in my newsletter I don't usually, but I really wanted to put this picture in there because it's really nice. Uh, Alright, so let's scroll down and boom, you see that? I don't know how clearly you can see that, but just literally across the street from our house, 4 deer were right there. They crossed the street. I mean, I was terrified. They crossed the one on the left that's like apart from the three is I'm assuming is like the mother because she went to the street, she looked both ways to make sure it was safe, and then she crossed and then the other three followed, and they crossed and they went down the hill onto our property and they hung out at the edge of our property at the other end for about maybe an hour. They were just like grazing, eating, doing whatever for a full on hour. They were there just hanging out on our property. It was like the coolest thing. My wife and I were sitting in the kitchen because this is the view from our kitchen. We were sitting eating probably breakfast or lunch. I forget. I forget which, but we were just sitting there, and I had my back to the window, and she made this face like, there are 4 deer. Turn around, and I turned around and I saw them, and I was like, oh my god. And we ran throughout the house looking through all the windows, watching them as they ran down and just ran across our property and just kind of like hung out there for it was probably even over an hour. Unfortunately, the reason why they were even there to begin with is because not too far from our town, actually our village, is an area designated for hunting deer. And that morning, we heard several gunshots, and we knew that the guys were out there hunting. So we were not surprised when because you're not allowed to come on to private property to hunt deer. So they were most likely there, and because they were running away from the hunters who were hunting them. So as beautiful and as wonderful as that moment was, we knew why they were there. They were getting away from the hunters who were out hunting them that morning. But yeah, pretty cool. And we also have 2 doors down, which I wonder if I have pictures. We have our neighbors have 2 horses because they have a huge ranch property. So they have 2 horses who are out all the time. And then the other cool thing is, no, see, this is not. It's not we live in a rural area and we live in a village, and then we are inside the village that's inside the town, and just outside of the town is an area designated for hunting deer. So, and because it's not heavily populated or residential, as you say, sounds of gunshots carry. So even though it might be like, let's say, 30 plus miles from the village is where the hunting ground is, you can still hear when they are shooting. So no, they're not allowed to come into the town or the village or onto any private property to hunt these deer, but they are allowed within a certain cutoff zone to do so. And so what I'm saying is these deer, then they are smart and they know that if they come into an area that's populated with people, that they're less likely going to get hunted. So that's why they were there. It was, I'm like 99.9% sure, to get away from the hunting zone, but we can hear it very clearly. We can hear the gunshots from where our house is. But we're really not. I mean, the village of Morris has, I want to say, maybe 700 people. That might even be the town. I think the town has 700 and the village probably has closer to like 250, 300 people for the population. It's very small. Very, very small. What was I going to say? Oh, we also have, not too far from us, like literally less than 5 minute drive because they live in the village is Amish, and they have their own farmers market and everything. And they, being Amish, they only travel by horse and buggy. So, and they have black horses, and their buggies are black. So, a little bit creepy in the middle of the night seeing a horse-drawn carriage that's completely covered and completely black just trotting down our street, because the first time I saw it and heard it, I literally thought it was like the Headless Horseman. I was like, what is going on? We had to ask our neighbor what that was, because it was like, that looks absolutely terrifying. Um, but we found out that it's the Amish, and they also have uh, a buggy that's not covered. It's not a carriage that's covered. It's open, so you could see them like riding. But yeah, there's Amish here, so there's signs all over that say, that there are, horses that are being ridden and stuff. So you have to watch your speed and everything like that. But um, anyway, so this picture is going to be in my email newsletter. Very excited. And my newsletter is almost finished, with the exception of, I think I have to remove this section here, because I'm not actually going to, unless I want to include some. Hold on one second. I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit this. But small town life is definitely interesting. We have a freezer, so we purchased everything, so we literally don't have to go grocery shopping again until like maybe February. That's how much food we gathered in the last 2 weeks, so that we are set with. The only thing we don't have, so we do have to go out probably this weekend, is water. We unfortunately did not stock up like we had intended, so we'll be going out at least 2, possibly 3 times just to get water, because I don't drink tap water. I only drink bottled water, so we have to get like 20 cases of water. And due to the pandemic, you're only allowed to get, I think, depending on the store, 3 or 4 cases at a time. So that kind of slows down the ability to just get as many cases as you want. I'm trying to remember what stories I had in the last one. You know what I just realized, though? I can't even do that because I don't have those images. Damn it, I need to do them now. I feel like I spend more and more time creating images because I'm so far behind with everything. Oh. I'm telling you, doing this two-party identification thing can really be time-consuming. Alright, so let's go to projects. I changed my, you can't see it unless you like actually go to the site, and even then it's a little small, but this image here on the left is my new favicon, meaning like when you go to my site, the image that's to the little icon that's to the left of it will be this thing here, which I like so much better than what I had before. It was an eyesore before. And I think like yesterday or the day before, I finally got around to changing it after like 5 years of that hideous. It was like red, it was like a red leather with the embossed ELD on it, and I hated it so much. I just never had the time. Okay, so I need to grab, I think I did Wizard of Oz yesterday, so let's just see if we can't do 3 at a time. Let's try it. Okay, I can be on for another maybe 25 plus 15, 40 minutes. Then I have to start doing work. Oh, check. And we are going to move all of this to my clean rectangle. I decided I didn't like having my images with this Friday Fiction and then the Patreon link. It worked for the purpose at the time, which was promoting on like my social media and stuff, but for the purposes of like having it on my website, I'm going to actually swap them out. And now that I'm saying this, I'm going to swap out the ones I've done already, but let me do these and then I'll swap them out. But I'm going to swap them out and you'll see what they're going to look like now, but it's definitely not going to have that stuff on it. I changed it up so that it simply says a Friday Fiction story. It no longer has all of that other crap on it because it doesn't have to. Only the square ones, which is specific for like Instagram and Twitter, will have it. For the rectangle shaped ones, I'm just gonna have them be as clean as possible. Um, oh, why don't these have numbers on them? 15, and you are 14, I believe. Let's check. 15, 14, yeah. I'll go back and fix the other one. But for now, let's do a quick edit. I've been doing so many of these now I can practically do them in my sleep. Let's put this down. Change this just 133. Let's drag this down to 30. And then let's duplicate this. And let's change this to A. Let's drop the size down to 100. Move it over. Duplicate this. Move this over. Change it to story. And then select all of this. Group it. And then recenter. Like that. let's come in here and bring it a little closer. Let's recenter it again. Done. And now, because I did that, I need to bring this down. It's too far up. Like that. And now we can download this. Holly jolly Christmas this year. Done. See? Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Now we'll do the same thing to this one. If there'll be snow, I have a cup of cheer. Jolly Christmas. The friends you know and everyone you meet. Let's move this down where you can see somebody waits for you. I can't wait till I'm rich and famous and somebody else will do this for me. That's when I'll know I've made it. When some other schmuck is doing this. And I'm not the schmuck doing it. Alright. Too close, too close. Oh. Santa Claus coming to town. Alright, where's the center? There we go. How are we looking? Good? Good. Let's drop this down. I think it's alright if we cover this up a little. Who'll know? Okay. Download. Smashing. One more. Oh, that's too big. Way too big. Way too spaced out. What the hell was I doing there? I wonder. Where is it? Why am I not hitting it? Come on. There we go. Jesus. Okay. Actually, let's just move this. Everything else can stay where it is. Ow. Sweet. Alright, so now that we did that, now we have to duplicate them all again. I know you're probably like, why? What is happening? Okay. Why are you not letting me duplicate that? Here we go. So Silent Willow, how is the beta? I'm assuming this is the beta for PC for Scrivener. Does that mean you can do things like, what was the one thing that Macs could do but PCs couldn't? I think it was either dark mode or it was the ability to see have the display be the actual page versus just having it like zoomed in. I like that feature. I don't know why it wasn't a feature all along. Okay, so now all of these are going to get moved again because I create covers for the ebook, which I do using Vellum because it is so much easier. So let's back up. Let's go to covers. But that means sometimes I have to do a really like serious major change up. But here are the covers that I've done so far. Um, and now I'm going to resize this to, come on, scroll up, 19, 20, 25, 60, like that, which means I have to move everything around. I'm going to move this down here. I have to kind of use, I kind of want this to be the same size. Can I do that? Let's zoom in. Another thing I love that they did finally was allow you to zoom in, which they didn't allow before, but now they do. So I want this to be the same size as the T, like that. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to move this over. Let's zoom back out here, like that. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know. Okay, let's back up again. Perfect. I just want to raise this up slightly. Like that. Perfect. And now we're going to download this as a JPEG, because apparently Kindle converts all images to JPEG anyway. Okay. Holy macaroni. small. Let's make you a little bit bigger here. Perfect. And last but not least, let's group this to make it easier for me to move. Yeah, no, I can't. That'll have to do. Alright, so now I need to put things in their place. Okay, that's already done. Let's do the clean rectangles. Okay, that's going to be there we go. And then got the ebook covers. Oh, huh. The squares. I didn't know I did those. I'll fix what they're called right now. There we go. I think that's it. So now I can come here and fix this. And then I'll have to go to to Gumroad. Gumroad is what I'm using to do the single purchase, like I showed before. So I have to just create the product, and then I have to also go to Vellum to create the ebook real quick, which usually takes me less than 5 minutes to do each one. Alright, I have to upload all these files. Now here's the question though. How easy will it be for me to upload these files? Okay, they don't have anything distinguishing to them. So I have to remove the old ones. Actually, I have a lot to remove. So let's remove everything that's no longer necessary. Oh shoot, wait. I can't do it this way. Yes, leave the page. I have to go to media. Okay. Let's do bulk select. So I'm basically going to be removing everything that has like um, the wrong image basically. And I'll have to go into each one and replace it with the right image, which will take a while, but will be more than worth it. I'm also going to delete a couple of other things I know I don't need. Okay, so now let's take all of that and let's delete. I think that might be all of them. Let's see. Yep. to add new. And I'm going to add all of these. And then I'm going to get off the off stream because I have to get dressed, at least from the waist up, because I have a meeting at 12:30, and then I have a meeting at 1 that I need to attend, and then I have a meeting this evening, which Silent Willow, I don't know if you're still present. Well, you know, I could have had this here. But at, you might, I don't know what time it would be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, but at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be doing an interview live on YouTube where someone's going to be interviewing me about my community building, my short fiction, and a myriad of other things. I'm actually waiting for questions that she's going to be asking me to come through, uh, hopefully within the next 3 hours, because the interview is happening in 5 hours from now. Um, but yeah, if you're around, I can give you the link to that. Let me see if I can find it while this thing is uploading all these images. It would be in my email. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so this should be. Oh, come on. Let me. There we go. It's going to be on YouTube because she has a YouTube channel, and on her YouTube channel, she interviews different authors, indie authors, and different people in the field who actually want to become an indie author, and their method and all that stuff. And she did QuaranCon last year, um, and now after, not last year, this year, and now. A segue of that is her interviewing different indie authors who are in different stages of it. So she asked me if I wanted to be interviewed, and at the time that she asked me, I was in the middle of moving, in the middle of buying a house, and I was just like hella busy. But we finally were able to get me down in the books, so that's happening tonight. Um, so, like I said, I don't know if you're going to be on at all, but if you are, or if you're going to be awake, I should say. Um, but you can watch the replay. It's going to be available to watch, um, after it's been done. But if you show up then at that time, then you'll be there live, and you can chime in with questions if you want, etc., etc. Or you could just watch the replay afterwards. Let's see. A sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. What is that? Oh, geez, I didn't mean to click that. The Affinity Publisher Workbook. Learn everything there is to know about working with Affinity Publisher with the official companion guide. Interesting. I don't know why someone would want the Affinity Publisher Guide book. I mean, you would think that they would be updating so often that it would be out of, I don't want to say out of style, but it would be, I mean, maybe, I don't know. People who have an Affinity Publisher. I tried Affinity Publisher. I don't know if I preferred it any more or less than, um, I feel like Affinity Publisher is more for someone who wants to publish a magazine than a novel. Not that it couldn't function as a novel, and not that Adobe InDesign isn't probably um, more for someone who wants to do a magazine as well, but I have not gone full on with purchasing, even though it is 30% off. So how much would it be with 30% off? Ah, 35. Hmm. I'll think about it. For Black Friday, it's 30% off. I know you've tried Affinity Publisher, right? What do you think? Do you like Affinity Publisher? Um, I guess you wouldn't treat Affinity Publisher the same way you would Scrivener. You would use them hand in hand. I just, again, I the same way with Adobe InDesign that frustrates me that you can't, it doesn't speak well with Scrivener. I mean, at the end of the day, I still have to create a Word file in order to get it into InDesign. I wish that Scrivener and InDesign or um, Scrivener and Affinity Publisher would communicate well, because then I wouldn't still need that intermediary program in order to take things from A to B. Um, if I still have to have a Word file in order to get it into either Affinity or Adobe, um, I mean, what's the point of using Scrivener? I said, like, if I still have to convert it from a Scrivener file into a Word file, and that is like its own learning curve because it's not as simple as just clicking a button, then I'd rather just work in Word. Because even if I were to work in Google Drive, again, Google doesn't speak to either Affinity Publisher or Adobe InDesign, so if I still have to convert my Google file into a Word file, why don't I just work in Word originally? You know what I mean? Um, so until they learn how to speak to each other, so it looks like just one did not do it. Let's check the library just to confirm that What Big Teeth is the one that did not transfer over. Oh no, I do see it there. So what are you talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, they're all here. They are all here. So now, if I go to the home page, it's probably going to show that there's a bunch of images that are broken. Unless it's cached, in which case it wouldn't show that. We are going to replace all of these images with what I just uploaded. I'm actually about to sign off myself so that I can start doing like work before I get bogged down. But thanks for stopping by, and I should be streaming again tomorrow morning and every morning this week, um, as it's a normal work week, and I want to use my office a lot more. So my mornings will be up here streaming, and then transitioning into my workday. So. Thanks for stopping by, Silent Willow, and anyone else who is here. I am ending now permanently for the day, and I will be back